It snows a lot in northern Colorado. That, no doubt, is why so many people come here to ski. Sherry and I came in March of 2003. We skied out to a yurt in the Never Summer Range, enjoyed backcountry skiing, and found a whole lot of snow.
Since the airline's inspecting all the checked baggage, nothing can be locked, we thought it'd be a good idea to send some of our gear by FedEx. So we'll ship a large duffel bag and 2 big black ski tubes.
I'm packing up the food. It's freeze-dried, and it's put into Ziploc bags labeled Day 1, Day 2, and Day 3. We put it into the orange speed sack here. Whatever we pack in, we have to pack out. Therefore, we go as light as possible.
We left Tucson at 5:30 a.m. this morning and flew to Denver. Now we're on a half-hour shuttle flight headed for the small airport in Hayden, Colorado. This takes us over the Continental Divide just south of Rocky Mountain National Park. Let's follow our usual system, dear. You sign up for our rented Ford Explorer, then we'll find it in the parking lot, and I'll be the baggage wrangler. The Sheraton Steamboat Springs Resort is going to be our home base. Let's go in and register. Once we get signed up, we'll go out, put the car in the garage, and take a look around. It's Sunday morning. Our city luggage is left with the bellman, our backpacks and skis are loaded in the Explorer, and we're headed out of town. This is a 60-mile drive. After crossing the Continental Divide at Rabbit Ears Pass, we'll head up to Walden. Then we'll swing south and turn into the Colorado State Forest at a point about 2 miles north of Gould. Look across the high, windswept plains at our objective, dear, the Never Summer Range. We'll leave our entrance fee, then drive 2.5 miles of dirt road, past the Michigan Reservoir, ending in the parking area at the trailhead for the Grass Creek Yurt. The weather's deteriorating, with snow on the way. Let's get our gear together, get skins on our skis, and start out. Hook it at the tail, and stretch out the glue, then make a big pull to get it over the tip. Smooth it down, and lay it down in the snow so the skin starts to cool. All right, dear, put that heavy pack on effortlessly with one fluid motion. Uh-oh, too much fluid. Let's back up and try that one again. That looked a lot better. Now, get buckled up and then see if you can find us a way off the road down into the valley. Once we get down in the flat, we'll look for a nice solid snow bridge over North Michigan Creek. Last fall, we talked to the folks at Never Summer Nordic in Fort Collins and reserved the Grass Creek Yurt for 2 nights. Now all we have to do is ski in for a mile and find the yurt. In this weather, I think that means following a compass course. This is good. The snow's letting up, and I see our yurt at the edge of the trees. Yurts were originally felt tents used by nomadic tribes in Asia. The modern yurt is a round tent supported by a wooden frame that's built on a deck. Well, dear, let's hope that combination they sent us opens the lock on the door. This looks sturdy. Our walls and roof have insulation between double layers of coated nylon canvas. We're in. Let's get settled in our new home. Sherry's got our trail lunch out on the table, and it's warm enough to take off our jackets. All right, let's put the skis back on and go for a little tour. Keep on the outside, and there we are. Hook the runaway strap. We're starting out at an elevation of 9,040 feet. The skins that we glue on the bottom of our skis are made from nylon mohair, with the fibers pointing backward. This gives us traction for climbing in the snow. That was great. We climbed up the hill, pulled the skins, and skied down. Without the skins to help, I've got a herringbone up the little hill. The skiing's over. Now we've got chores to do. This is not exactly a hotel. If we want water, we melt snow. Luckily, the raw material is in abundance. I'll toss aside the dirt and pine needles that are in the top layer of snow and then fill our big pan. This is pretty fluffy stuff. We'll be lucky to get 1.5 quarts of water out of 2 gallons of snow. Before putting the pan over the fire, we'll dump in some of the water that we brought with us. That should keep the snow from scorching. There. All right, now we've got the fire going. All it's got to do is melt all this snow and we've got water. Now it's your turn, dear.
Okay, mocha mousse pie. Add 1 cup of water to filling mix. Beat briskly with 2 forks for about 2 minutes. Sprinkle graham cracker crumbs over the top. We sprinkle this over the top. Pouring in some white Zinfandel wine that we carried in from the trailhead.
That was a great dinner, dear. But I think now we'd better confront one of the realities of living in a yurt. This means walking uphill on a long, icy trail to a rather drafty outhouse.
Okay, time to put on the hut booties. Get out of those heavy leather boots. The Supergators have a welt that keeps the snow out from around the sole of the boot. We zip it up.
We're getting bundled up for a new day of skiing. We'll take lighter backpacks, put the skins on, and climb 700 vertical feet to a small knoll south of the yurt. Then we'll take off the skins and ski down through some openings in the trees that our guidebook calls Larry's Run. This is solitude. We're the only 2 people out here, and we're making fresh tracks in new snow. Lots of new snow. While Sherry's taking her skins off, she has to balance on one ski to keep from sinking in well above her knees. Each skin is folded and stuck to itself, sticky side to sticky side. Then the 2 skins are folded together, tied with a cord, and put in a sack for transportation. We'll need to make lots of turns on the way down. I'll show you a few of them that actually were successful. Whoever Larry was, he was lucky if he had better conditions than this when he first skied the run. We have pockets of deep snow where we sink in, glazed surface where we slide on top, and wet new snow that grabs the skis. Caution and low speed are the orders of the day. We've got 25 degrees Fahrenheit, and my altimeter gained 300 feet while sitting in the yurt overnight. This means low pressure is coming in and bringing more weather with it. You're looking really good, dear. I think it'll be easier going if we keep dropping down and find a snow bridge to cross Grass Creek. Then we can head back toward our yurt along the east bank of the stream. There's one of your skis. Now I'll stretch the skin over the other one and we'll head for home. There's our cozy yurt with clods of new snow avalanching off its roof. Let's go in and hang up all of our wet gear to dry. You know, those skins would make great fly paper if we ever came back in the summer. Now it's chore time, starting with shoveling the deck. We found the yurt in good condition, and we should leave it in the same or better shape. Our little stove burns lots of firewood. There's a big wood pile under the deck, but these pieces have to be split into a size that we can use in the stove. Looks like we brought one big snowflake home right in the middle of the camera lens. Oh well, such is adventure travel.
That's good, dear. Now we need lots of smaller stuff for kindling.
Let's take a look around our yurt. The kitchen has a propane stove and propane lantern. A wooden lattice helps brace the walls and keep them from flapping in the wind. Single bunks provide storage, and a double bunk holds our sleeping bags. Enjoy this, dear. Remember, our next trip up to the little house will be after dark. We're going to be headed out this morning, so it's time to stuff the sleeping bags and get them in the pack. And just keep stuffing. It's back to shoveling. We got 12 inches of new snow overnight. When we got up, it was 19 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but 32 degrees inside our cozy little 16-foot diameter yurt. I've got the skis laid out and ready. Let's go and enjoy the new snow. We listened to this stuff sliding off the roof all night, and Sherry got a big plotch of snow on her head when she opened the door this morning. It isn't all grand vistas. When you're breaking trail, it's a good idea to watch your ski tips. But the woods are beautiful. Everything from the biggest trees to the tiniest branches have their loads of ice and snow. Never Summer Nordic maintains and manages a system of 5 yurts in the state forest just north of Rocky Mountain National Park. This is a great way to live in the mountains. Maybe we should think about bringing our mountain bikes and coming back after the snow is melted. Time to leave the yurt and head back for the road. Got everything in our packs. All we gotta do is get the packs on, ski out to a lot of deep new snow. We'll go down our valley and then look for a way to cross North Michigan Creek. Dear, I think that mound of snow with 2 doors is our Ford Explorer. Luckily, those of us who grew up in Iowa learned how to shovel out cars. I'll brush snow, scrape ice off the windshield, and then shovel a path out to the road. The really interesting question is whether our 4-wheel drive can haul us through the little trough at the edge of the road. There she goes. Lucky I was out here making video instead of being of any real use. The road isn't plowed, but we should be all set for Steamboat Springs. Winter is losing its grip and the Yampa is flowing with spring snowmelt. We'll give the rental company back their Ford Explorer, then we'll get on a plane and make one more trip over the Front Range of the Colorado Rockies. Backcountry skiing in northern Colorado.